Hi folks, thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Greg, this is all Aboot Candles. I'm your self-proclaimed Canadian candle connoisseur. And today I have a review for you from Bath & Body Works. This is Backyard Honeysuckle. I can't say that I've burned many honeysuckle fragrances before because this is not to be confused with like a honey candle. Ooh, what was the one that came out a year or two ago? Golden Honeycomb? I think it was Golden Honeycomb, and that was more of a gourmand bakery honey type scent, whereas this is much more of like floral honeysuckle, right? The scent notes on here are sweet honeysuckle, orange flower blossom, and neroli nectar, and I can really get behind all of those scent notes. Those are definitely what I pick up from this candle. Orange blossom for sure. This is more of a perfumey candle. I also am getting a bit of a white floral from this. I feel like there could be a little bit of jasmine in this one. To me, I would associate honeysuckle with something a little bit more delicate and intoxicating than this candle was. It's sweet in a sort of perfumey way. It's not quite as like balanced and nuanced as I would love, but something about it just projected a little bit too perfumey for me. And I like perfumey fragrances. Something about this one though was just not a perfume that I would like to be prolonged to smelling. It's a one and a done for me. I won't be repurchasing this, but I'm also glad that I did. I enjoyed the experience of burning it. But I did find that, about halfway through the candle, I got a little bit sick of it. I think that I kept hoping that it was going to open up a little bit more than it did. There was just sort of a perfumey warmth to it that isn't making it a repurchase for me, I don't think. It just wasn't sort of the delicate, intoxicating sort of honeysuckle that I was hoping it would be when burned. I would say that this came across a little bit differently on cold than when it was burning. And so I think that my expectations might have sort of sabotaged the experience for me just a little. Does that make any sense? I can't thoroughly throw myself behind recommending it. I think it could have used a little bit of a base. I know it's supposed to be a honeysuckle as opposed to honey, but I feel like if there had been a bit more of a base note that was a little more reminiscent of honey, it would have been less perfumey. I wanted it to smell more natural, and instead what it smelled to me was like it was engineered, But I'm really interested in trying more honeysuckle candles now. If anyone has any good honeysuckle recommendations for me, put them in the comments, please. Mwah. Performance-wise, though, it did really well. It was strong. Like I said, it didn't really come across the way that I wanted it to when I was burning it, but technically it performed beautifully. I'd say that the strength and throw was pretty high, a solid 7.5. I kept it in a more open area. I feel like if I had put it into a smaller space, it might have actually just been a bit too much. But yeah, strength and throw, solid 7.5. I feel like in a smaller space, you could say it would get to an 8. A nice one and done. Performed really well. I burned it all the way down to the wick nickels. I don't think I had any issues with it. I think that it was very consistent, strong, pooled out nicely, performed great. So yeah, Backyard Honeysuckle. something new, for this spring at BBW, and I appreciate that. I don't appreciate the way that this wraparound label is a little bit crooked. If you're in the store purchasing one of these, I would try to find one without the crooked wraparound label, although odds are they're probably pretty much all the same. Hammered copper metal lid. I appreciate the attempt. I really do. Thank you so much for joining me today, folks. If you could leave me a like, a comment, or subscribe, that would really mean the world. Until next time, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Bye, folks.